ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reacting and reviewing. And as always, I'm your host, AnimeGod500. Now, Halloween is just around the corner, and I'm going to do something Halloween-related. Though, I haven't been able to find any horror movies for this occasion, so I managed to find something that I haven't watched in a while. Today's feature I'm going to be taking a look at is Kitaro and the Millennium Curse. Now this being a live-action Japanese film based on a popular manga series by Shigeru Mizuki called GeGeGe no Kitaro. Now, basically the premise of said series is about a boy named Kitaro, who's half human and half yokai, which according to this DVD, they translate to goblin. Not sure if that's accurate or not. Who lives in a tree with his father, who just happens to be an eyeball with arms and legs. Yeah. But over the years, since its first appearance, like I think it was back in the 50s, I think, and then it had an anime adaptation like nearly every decade. I've seen the first two episodes of the first incarnation, which was in black and white, and I've seen the first 5 episodes of the 2007 adaptation. Now this film is a sequel to this one, which is just called Kitaro, which I may cover something in the near future, but I'm going to cover the sequel because it's better. Now, as stated at the start, it's been a while since I've watched this film. I think it's been been over a year since I've watched this, so will this pass the somewhat nostalgia test? We shall soon find out. So with that in mind, everybody, grab something to drink. And it's time to kick back, relax, and let's watch Kitaro and the Millennium Curse. And here's something that every adaptation of GeGeGe no Kitaro seems to have, is that they all seem to have have their own version of the theme song. And this one, just like with the first live-action movie, but except this one's supposed to be sung by an old children's choir. But it's a pretty decent version. And here see Kitaro as a baby with a full set of hair that just managed to dig himself out of his grave. The Japanese seem to have dark imaginations. And seriously, something kind of was freaking creepy. You know, sometimes I kind of question the logic in this, because Kitaro and the main human character Kaide are both traveling on a bench that's been supported by a dozen crows. I doubt that's even physically possible, because I mean, no matter how many birds you have strapped to something, it will not keep you supported in the air for very long. So, yeah. All I can say is, IMPOSSIBLE! Okay, that's just really fucking disgusting. What are the monsters that the Kitaro's fighting? It was called Satori, I think. And his main attack is firing off pellets of shit. This is supposed to be an adaptation of a manga, not a German Scheiser video on LSD. Though I'm pretty sure that sort of thing's already been done before. Okay, something's a bit perverted here. The talking biwa that Kai's playing seems to really enjoy getting his strings plucked by girls. So in other words, there's a musical instrument that gets horny when girls pluck his strings. What the actual fuck? That's Japan for you. I'm the first encounter with Yasha, and oh my god, this music. Listen. Whoever composed this, I fucking commend them. Because that guitar, my god. The user of that guitar, give yourself a medal. You're fucking awesome. And the song returns. Seriously. I should really get around to downloading the soundtrack to this, because the music in this is actually, this song's pretty good. Well, not just this song alone. But still, that guitar. And now on the scene where Kitaro fights Gato Dokoro, which is like this giant skeleton that has a beating heart, which is fully GeGe. Which, however, I will say, there's kind of big fun out that that when in live action Japanese films where you see CG, it never looks as good as CG you would see in a Hollywood produced film like the Michael Bay Transformers movies or Avatar or something like that. However, the only time I've seen really good CG in a live-action Japanese film was in the live-action Space Marshal Yamato movie, which I might do in a future episode. But none of the CG's bad or anything. It still is good, but it's just not as good as the CG you've seen in a Hollywood film. Okay, that was Kitaro and the Millennium Curse. Let's just stop that. Right, now on to the review portion. So, does this movie still hold up? Absolutely, for reasons I will go into. Well, the plot. Well, the plot it still holds up as it's about. Hang on. Yeah. Um, but that they soon discovered that the mystery has something to do with forbidden love affair that happened more than 1,000 years ago, and an evil yokai is responsible for imprisoning the doomed lovers, so that Kitaro and his companions must seek out 5 musical treasures to put an end to this Millennium Curse once and for all. Yes, it is a description on the DVD, but it helps. Um, and but 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 because when it comes to live action Japanese films, I need to have some kind of reminders of the plot, even ones that I've seen a dozen times, and this one being one of them. I mean, even if you're not familiar with GeGeGe no Kitaro, this film and the previous one helps you get a feel of the plot. But yeah, the story of this film is pretty good. Acting. The acting was pretty good. The main character, who was played by A.G. Wentz, a German-Japanese actor, pretty much nailed the main character spot on in terms of characteristics and personality. He just did a really good job of it. And same with whoever it was that played Ratman and Catgirl and Crybaby Old Man, Snake Witch. And the guy who played Yasha, even though he doesn't speak at all, he was pretty good. If I can remember correctly, I think he's played by a Korean actor, which can only mean that his character was silent because it was either intentional or maybe it was because the actor couldn't speak a word of Japanese. I'm not sure if feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on about that. But other than that, the acting was pretty good. Special effects. The special effects in this were well, they did use some CG, but for some of the other yokai, there were basically guys or girls in costumes, which is quite common and something that you would get used to if you watched like Kamen Rider or Super Sentai. And which most of them are all, or I think all of them are based on characters that are depicted in old Japanese folklore. So if you're into that sort of thing like I am, then you'll like the effects in this. Music. Well, mostly orchestral, but there are some. But there's quite a lot of traditional Japanese music, and some metalish and kind of metalish kind of song for Yasha's battle theme, which, by the way, I fucking love that song. If I can find the soundtrack to this movie, I'd definitely listen to that song more often. What else? That's pretty much all the subjects. Only downsides I would have to say is that some parts may be a bit confusing if you're like not familiar with 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 Kitaro, which there are some bits I would recommend seeing the first live action movie before going into this one, because and maybe check out some of the anime adaptations, which you can probably find fan subs of before going into this. But either way, can I recommend this movie? If you're a fan of the manga or the anime, or you just want to find something different to watch during the Halloween season, then I can definitely recommend this film. You can find this film like really cheap as chips from places like Amazon or Play.com, and you may be able to find it on Netflix depending on where you live. And not only that, you can find this along with the first film in a DVD 2-pack for roughly around the same price. Because I found this in HMV for like £5. So if you find it, I can definitely recommend you picking this up, because especially if you're looking for something. If you're looking for something different during Halloween, or if you're just a anime fanatic in general. And with that, we come to the close of another reacting and reviewing. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And as always, if there's something you want me to check out, then send me your requests via YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. And until next time, this is Element 100 signing out.